Well, we're live, and this is just going to be a Zero and Dave show because we've got T-Man in Mario mode. We've got Sony and Matt TFCon Orlando bound, and of course we've got
Matt's really drunk right now.
he is reuniting with Joe more or less, and yeah, Mike's got some stuff going on at home. So I guess we're gonna hit to it. We're gonna get to the news. It's two guys, one stream, and before we kick off, I mean, you know how to kick it off without a joke.
Oh, yeah, that's really easy. All you just got to do is.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
Well, what's going on, everybody? It's 9 o'clock on Thursday. It's figure action time. So if you're watching us here live on YouTube, do a few things before we get started. One, smash that like button because it helps us out in the algorithm. If you're
Two,
not
go to Trustarscreamer's reviews and hit subscribe button over there because I'm totally hijacking for that.
No, you're more than welcome to. You got good content. You got to get folks on it. So check out Trustarscreamer's reviews.
I appreciate all 15 of you.
And then also make sure that you are subscribed. You ring the notification bell. Before we got started, we were talking about, well, we're going to have some content because it's TFCon Orlando. There's going to be a third-party panel. They're obviously going to reveal where the next fall location is going to be. So we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about, and it's not going to be able to wait till Thursday. So ring that notification bell because you're going to want to stay informed when we go live with that. Also, if you're watching this here live, pop in that live chat over there. We've got a bunch of cool folks hanging out. We've got Toy Mafia. We've got Aquatechy in here. We've got Princeton Phalanx, Mick Lattery, Effortlessly Random. We've got TM Reviews, who has internet in the air. We've got Mike, Mr. Junkie on Crafts and Builds. Larkin's Lair is hanging out, as is Dr. Diecast, and we got Deluxe Baldwin. He is also at TFCon Orlando, TF Hustler 2021. So we're going to be highlighting your comments. It'll probably be a little bit of a shorter show.
I do not need to get on a no-fly list. Do not put this stuff out there.
So probably going to be a little bit of a shorter show tonight because it's just the two of us. And it's actually kind of lighter on the news, but we still have some good stuff to talk about. And looking forward to the conversation. So we'll get into it. Dave, how the hell are you doing? And did you pick up anything cool this week?
Actually, grab that real quick here. I did get something kind of cool. I got something kind of cool.
And now you're channeling Eric Cartman.
Huh?
You were channeling Eric Cartman there.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's kind of the idea there. I did get the MDX Megatron.
Oh, I'm curious to hear what you think with our first news topic for tonight.
Well, yeah, well, that and the fact of after I picked, so these are like the only 3.0 products I have are the two MDX Primes, the Bumblebee, and this. And I already want to go. I'm already regretting every single one of them because I want to go YOLO now because that's sorry for price, accuracy, and everything else.
Somebody's got to coin it as just YOLO.
I know,
but the resale value on 3.0 products is always there. So
I'm hoping. I did also get from Figure Arts the Katana Man from Chainsaw Man. I do have a review for the Chainsaw Man on my channel. I thought it was an absolutely phenomenal figure, so I'm really looking forward to this. It's basically a guy with katana blades sticking out of his head and his arms, and it's a lot of fun. Damn it. And, sorry, I've had a lot of things falling lately today. And I did get the Predator, the Prey from Prey, which I am very excited to add to the collection. This is... I don't know. I've been this huge NECA kick as you know the last year and a half, and I've been loving everything about it. That new Phantom of the Opera figure is absolutely glorious. Also, a review for that up.
Yeah, I saw that in the store. It looked pretty nice.
And then, okay, this was a complete and utter indulgence. It was a complete impulse buy. I'm already thinking about. I've already looked at videos on customizing this thing already, which I'm debating on. But for Halloween,
Nice.
I got the Casey Jones mask.
Very cool. Where'd you find that at?
Target.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that. I always thought that was like an online exclusive.
No, it was at my Target.
Nice.
It was buried back there, and I felt like I said if it's going to be there on payday, it was meant for me. So I've seen some videos where people take Dremels to it and they like cut some of the jaggedness. Oh my god!
Hey, you know I couldn't let you guys go with two guys in one stream without getting involved. Want to get in the middle.
Where's
How you guys doing?
We're doing good, man. Good to see
I
you.
need an adult.
I just want to pop in real quick to say hi to everyone, and hopefully everyone's going to have a safe trip and a good TFCon. And as I'm going to Shanghai this, just want to show this real quick. Got buzzer in thanks to BBTS.
Nice.
I'm jealous.
I got Tripwire coming Saturday, so from Hasbro Pulse. But anyhow,
Did you get charged for the Crimson Guard group?
the what? No, not yet. For
I
the
just got
you mean
charged
wait, the fire team or the threesome? I didn't get the Crimson Guard 3-pack.
Oh yeah, I know. I got the threesome with the Baroness. Man, I got charged for the threesome with the Baroness.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
never going to be able to run for president with this stream.
Well, I mean, being a hijacker and all, I understand. So,
As I break out my mask.
but yeah, so just in the middle of clearing out a bedroom, changing things around because we've got some big changes happening with the family and stuff and everything. But I won't take too much of your guys' time. Have a good stream. Can't wait to catch on the replay, and we'll talk to everyone after TFCon. What the hell is he doing?
That's the
This is
Casey Jones
awesome.
mask.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Holy crud! I love this.
All right. Well, have a great time, guys.
Fine.
I'll talk to you later.
Hi, Mike. Good to see you, man. I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Dude, I like this.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it looks better than I was expecting it to look. I mean, granted, it's NECA. They do put out a quality product.
But yeah,
But
I've seen people where they scar it up, they put chips
Yeah.
into it and everything, and I'm debating if I want to do this now because it looks really good.
I can see you doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even if anything, a wash will go a long way.
Yeah.
I was curious what to think because their batarangs weren't the best quality.
No, this is nice. So, all right, cool. Anyway, how are you?
I'm doing good. I went to the doctor last week and I got a full physical. I got to go back next Thursday and get my blood work done, but everything is good. So, for a lot of people know, I've been dieting. This is about day 80. This is exactly day 81 of me doing my lifestyle change. I've been on a very strict diet. I cut out drinking. I've been exercising damn near every day, and I'm officially down 38 pounds. And
If you start jogging and start telling us the benefits of jogging, I'm quitting the show.
I'm not going to do that. But
You are turning into that guy. You understand that, right?
No, I don't understand. I'm just I'm happy. I'm happy to be feeling good again.
Fine.
Just
saying.
Back when we started the show, I was in really good shape, and that got away from me. And between getting into the first house and then COVID really exacerbated bad habits and lack of exercise, and just really had to get back into it. Feeling pretty good. I got my my Detolf over here set up, so all of my Chigokin stuff, my Zords, my Voltrons, all that stuff finally has a home. So I didn't put the green screen up today because hey, it's there. It's something to show off. It's something I did, and my office now. I got to hang up my Captain America shield and some of the art in here. But finally, after a couple years, getting back into going through all my stuff and getting it up. As for acquisitions, I got a few cool things. First off, I got the Commander class Ultra Magnus, and he is badass. We talked about him kind of extensively on the show. Like, is he going to be worth it? And I say absolutely. This thing is this smokes the masterpiece.
Really?
The masterpiece can't do this. Of course, the back kibble. One of the things that got me that was like a super pleasant surprise was, we saw that this was going to be spring loaded. I watched no reviews. I went into this blind. So when you lift that centerpiece up and it clips in really secure, everything on this guy feels sturdy and secure. Like these pieces are spring loaded, and it's the way they open up is so cool. And just all the paint on this guy, it just they really outclassed themselves. They picked out all kinds of details.
Yeah, the commander classed it.
Yes. I'm not a big light piping guy, but I really like how they did this. Like it's, it picks up a lot of light. They also did something really smart. The connector points for the effects pieces are made out of clear plastic, and you can leave these blast effects on without worry of them eating the paint. So Jedi Mindset asks, the MP didn't have a waist joint. No, it did not.
I like the MP though. Don't get me wrong.
I do too, but like this is like this is almost the size of the MP. You could get away with putting him in with your MPs, but he's not. It just all the details, like the way all the tires are pinned on. There are no waffles. This just feels like the way toys used to be, and even more impressive, the hands. So I know Sony wasn't a big fan. You and I kind of liked it, where when they did the initial commander classes. Where when you opened the fingers, it would reveal the 5mm port. Well, they sculpted it in between the thumb and the palm, and it looks pretty natural. And also, he doesn't have typewriter fingers. So, yeah, and you can actually. So it's just the index finger. The index finger is the only individual. And then the other three fingers are, but there's two joints. So you can actually get, it's really hard to see because the white's washing out, but you can actually get him doing a proper point. Can't deal with this right now. Highly recommend this guy. And I already got rid of my my Kingdom Magnus because he's no longer needed. So he is.
I'll never be able to get rid of mine.
I was lucky that I was able to get rid of mine. So. I was lucky to get what I paid for him back, so I was happy about that.
That ain't gonna happen for me, that's for sure.
I also I've been waiting on this guy. Got him from TF Safari. This is the Transarts Metal Spider.
Okay.
Motor Spider. Looks really good. I still have my original Tarantulas, my original Transmetal Tarantulas. And the cool thing about this is, a lot of people accuse Transarts of being a KO company. When you compare these to the original toys, there is a significant difference. It's a testament to how show accurate the Transmetals were. But I absolutely love this thing. Just the posability in the hands. The only gripe I have with them is they put the spider legs on mushroom joints. It's not like Black Arachnia where you really have to work at them to make sure they don't break.
Right.
The Transarts Black Arachnia, mind you. Also, backpack cleans up really nice, unlike Black Arachnia, as it should. But yeah, these mushroom pegs, when you manipulate them, if you have them going straight up, you find like this weird sweet spot where they pop off.
So I assume he can do the motorcycle mode.
Oh, absolutely can do the motorcycle mode. And his buzzsaw does the free spin and everything. But other gripe is that there's just little teeny tiny. I guess it's probably like a 1mm post. That's how it connects to the hand. Not the best connection. I would have preferred something a little bit more like what they did for their Transmetal 2 Cheetor, but neither here nor there. Like that figure a lot. And lastly, T-Man sent this to me as a gift. He found a Beast Wars vintage Scorponok, and this is a figure that I never had. And I got to play with it when I was a kid because it was at the age where I was too old for toys. But my cousin, who was my best man in my wedding, I gave him one of these for his birthday. And I remember at his birthday, he wasn't all that interested. And I sat there playing with it myself and wishing I had one. And now I do. Thank you, T. So that's it for me. Well, let's get into some news. We had a whole bunch of people join us while we were talking about our week.
Oh, yeah.
Necklace Reviews, Stunning Brave Megatron, Latchkey Kid. Good to see you back in there. Jedi Mindset's in here, and if you're watching us here and you're not in the chat, pop in. We'll be We reading your comments throughout the course of the show. Okay, let's talk some 3-0 first, because we got a couple reveals. One exciting, one really meh. But let's do the exciting one first. And I'm curious what you think about this one, Dave, since you just got this Megatron. This is their comic book edition. And
Motherfucker.
oh, so you hadn't seen this?
No, I hadn't.
Oh shit. Well, yeah. So this is a thing now. I think this works really well for the mold.
It works a lot better than what. Anyone want to buy a Megatron?
Where'd you buy it from?
BBTS.
Well, I mean, you probably could return it. Get your.
I've been came up with so much stuff from them left and right. I'd be feeling.
Well,
like
there's a difference with that and returning it. Just being, we got Shadowbird in here. Good to see you. Welcome on in.
I feel like freaking 3-0 just gave me the Shadowbird.
I mean, it's worth a shot. See if you can return it and get store credit. I think it was funny when I saw this figure for the first time and I saw the head. I thought, like, that reminds me so much of that comic and the animation Megatron. Is a lot of people forget that the early promos for Transformers. This is how Megatron looked. He had the rounded head sculpt with the black deco.
Oh, I love that. That was the commercial that made me fall in love with it way back when. That was my earliest memory of seeing them, seeing the Autobots coming out of the mountain. I was like, okay,
yeah. So I mean, this is a really cool deco. I won't get it, but I do really like it. If I didn't already have the Megatron, I would be like, okay, because this works so well for the stylization.
Better.
Yeah. And just trying to find a picture of that Megatron. I'm on the TF wiki here to see if they have a quick picture. But yeah, they don't. Of course, they have all the Kingdom stuff in there. Don't need that. But yeah, this is awesome, and I do really like that mold.
Why throw away your money so recklessly?
And yeah, Jedi says the helmet blue. It looks like it's a gunmetal, to be honest. If that's the box, holy hell, that's a really cool box. That's really cool. Like
I said, I can't afford 3-0 stuff to be blunt. So I was liking the MDLX line because it was 3-0. The first figure was $60, and then this might be. Now they're already breaking the 3 digits numbers, and I'm like, F that.
Here we go. For anybody that's never seen this, let's go ahead and we'll open up. So yeah, that's what this is based on right here. For anybody that's never seen it. And I do really like this design of Megatron, to be honest. I prefer what we got, but I've always really liked it. I thought it was unique and it's still fitting for the character.
Well, it's like the one that, what was it? What was that stupid kid's book where he was for some reason popping out of the top of a car? The car had a face on it and going up. No, the car.
The golden
jumper. The cliff jumper had that weird face.
Yeah.
It was something bird. Anyway, next.
All right. So next up, we're not going to talk too long about this one, but this is another 3. I really should have done this week in repaints for this, but
it's okay.
This one is the Bumblebee movie Ultra Magnus from 3-0.
Surprise factor.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. But it's funny. I do know people that love the white prime repaints. They exist. So if you're one of those people, hey,
there's some people. I mean, I personally like the Nemesis Prime repaint sometimes better than the Primes. And we all know Matt loves the Shattered Glass.
Shattered Glass, yeah. I will say this looks really good with the weathering, but I would have wished that they just took it an extra mile and just, hey, let's give him the armor. Let's make this something really special. So you can have your white prime, or you can armor them up. I think they would have gotten more people with that, even though Magnus was never in the movie.
They've basically seekered Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Magnus, Nemesis, maybe
I
Shattered Glass.
see what you did there, McLadder. That's pretty clever. He does look like somebody just coated Optimus in primer. But yeah, it's a thing if you want it. I'm sure this one will probably go on sale at some point too. A lot of these Magnus repaints tend to. Well, let's look at some new stuff. We don't really talk Earthspark too much, but this is interesting. One's a repaint, and I'm surprised they did this. So, Prowl is apparently in Earthspark. At least maybe he's a non-show character. I don't know. What's interesting is they reused a lot of the Cyberverse molds for Earthspark, like Shockwave was a reuse. This one's interesting because they took Hot Rod, and I think this might be a minor retool, but they took the Cyberverse Hot Rod and they've repainted them and repurposed them into Prowl, but with the same weapons that he came with.
I applaud it. It's interesting. I mean, the bot mode looks like Prowl. It's a neat way of giving him the faux doors, the pseudo car chest, and I'm still not buying it, but it works.
Yeah. Just a sea of white. I think what would have worked better is if they painted the underside of the spoiler red and blue.
No, because those are supposed to be like his doors.
Yeah. Maybe if they painted like black.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe I think that would have worked better.
And then they got Thrash, who is a motorcycle. And again, it's interesting how much like just unpainted white plastics on there. But hey, it's a kid's line.
You know what? I think that was a missed opportunity. That could have been rung with that headstock.
Yeah, I'm sure at some point they'll do that. They'll make like an Earth mode rung. Just cast him in orange.
That's a lot of waffles and a lot of mushroom.
That is a lot, yeah. And are they even still doing the Build-A-Figure pieces for these? Doesn't look like it. So now it's like they've cut out the Build-A-Figure and
they'll raise it $2.
Yeah, exactly. You get like 2 accessories there. So yeah.
You know what I think that would have been a cool mode for?
Who's that?
I look at that. From Cybertron, Rampage, Ransack,
yeah.
That would make I think that would make a really good Ransack mold.
I agree. I'm sure, like, if they're repurposing the Cyberverse stuff, they'll repurpose these molds down the line. Especially since we see so much crossover with Studio Series and the Legacy stuff and Cybertron stuff coming back.
Actually, the more I look at that would make a really good Ransack.
Customizers, get on.
I like that figure.
Next up, we get a completely new set, and this is for what was the game called? There's a new game coming out. I can't remember what the game's called, but like
is it a mobile game?
It's not a mobile game, believe it or not. So this is from I don't know if the game's being relabeled as Rise, but these are called Reactivate. Thank you. So yeah, Sending Brave Megatron says Reactivate. We have looked at the trailer for the game on here before.
Yeah, it didn't show any Transformers.
No, it didn't. It showed all people, and then it showed like Bumblebee's arm. And I guess the game's a first-person shooter. I really no idea. But we do get a look at this brand new Starscream and Bumblebee. And what's interesting is that you get like screenshots of the game here, but they're too small to see. And these leaked from Toys R Us Canada. They put this stuff up early. So Starscream is a Voyager and Bumblebee's a Deluxe. I'm guessing $54.99 for the pack. Packaging looks nice. It looks like we're getting kind of some throwback packaging. I don't know about these toys though. Like
I can't remember which group I was in. Someone said this might be a pre-tool for
that was me.
animated.
Yeah. It's a dead ringer for animated Starscream's proportions.
And better articulated than that figure.
Yeah. And then I think it was T that came in to say that the Bumblebee looks like he could be Fall of Cybertron swindle. So, yeah. And I am glad to see the Gamerverse stuff in the mix. Like, I'm glad to see
not because they're doing a bad job of it.
I mean, I'm glad to see that they haven't forgotten about it, and I hope that the games get reissued, especially now that Microsoft owns Activision. Hey, give these games a new coat of paint, and please make the third game proper. I mean, we got that weird Age of Extinction tie-in that basically,
it was a reskin of the second game. All it was just it used the same engine as the second game. I mean, it had Bruticus from the second game. Yeah.
And then with these, like, I get that they're going for like battle damage. I
definitely see the swindle on that. I like the double ones. That just is not. Yeah, that's not Bumblebee.
It doesn't scream Bumblebee at all. Yeah, I mean, they could even probably make like a decent update of like Brawn from that mold if they wanted to keep it an Autobot, like a modern day Brawn, But I think the Bumblebee works better than the Starscream. Like when I see this, I'm like, give me the animated Starscream, and I don't like all this black patchwork going on him. It just
money I don't have to spend. That's how I look at it.
Oh, same.
So next,
yeah. Interestingly enough, they also, and I don't know where this exact leak came from, but there are all these are apparently going to be sold in 2-packs. So we get a look here from Marvel
Legends.
Yeah. And then Optimus Prime and Soundwave are going to be a 2-pack.
Is Soundwave a remold of that Bumblebee?
It doesn't appear to be, but I can see the similarities in the vehicle mode. So it's very hard to say. I mean, all of these, like right here, they say features all new tooling. So, and the suggested retail price here is not $55, it's $60. So they're basically trying to charge you for 2 Voyagers here.
Yeah, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, but I'm not really interested in these from what I'm seeing. It's cool that they're getting new stuff, but yeah. Next up, there is a figure that I'm 100% interested in, and especially after seeing this shot. So courtesy of Takara Tomy, they uploaded this picture of the Voyager Legacy United Silverbolt next to the Kingdom Black Arachnia, something that since she was released, people have been waiting for. And man, I really think that they're going to need to reissue Black Arachnia when he comes out.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I was afraid they were going to make them into the Tiger Hawk repaint, and that's actually pretty. I think it's using the same wings, but I'm good with that.
Yeah, I am too. This thing just looks really nice. I still wish it had more paint. Like I wish that they picked out these little spikes. I'm sure Takara Tomy's chomping at the bit to do a 2-pack of these and to give her premium gold paint and to give him the premium and dry brushing and
He's got I like the paint on the wings, on the wing.
I do too. I do too. So I'm there for it, and I'll be fine with the regular release. I'm not interested in the Takara Tomy stuff at all. I've got Transarts coming out with theirs to scratch the masterpiece itch, and
so all I can say is make me a quick strike, you cowards.
Transarts is doing that.
Now Transarts is, but I'm saying.
Well, yeah, for the mainline stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Next up, I don't know. Did we talk about this? I can't remember if we did or not. But there is a rumored triple changer Megatron based off of the Bumblebee movie concept art, which
that's ugly.
It is ugly, but I mean in those colors, with all that, whatever plastic they had in the factory to make this. There is the concept art. Now, I do have that Mega Tank that came out, the Monocrat Mega Tank, which was, I think that was in my top 5 figures of last year. So we'll see how this looks, especially if it's painted up. I'm also curious if he's a triple changer. I'm guessing he's probably going to be more or less like, a tank with wings that fold out.
Mm.
But it's also Deluxe says PvP already reviewed it. I give him a couple weeks. And lastly, for official news, we get to hear a little bit about that animated Transformers movie, the Transformers 1 plot leak. Now, apparently, there was an event in China where they showed a little preview of the movie. They showed off Optimus and Megatron. One of the people in attendance of the expo drew a sketch of what they look like. And apparently in this rendition of Transformers, it's about how it's the origin story of Orion Pax and Megatron, and they don't start off as Transformers.
Out.
Yeah.
Out.
So
out.
Yeah. Apparently they have to obtain transformation cogs in order to transform. And I to me, that just sounds like a really bad concept and a misstep, you know.
They don't even transform into the last 10 minutes of the movie.
I know, right?
Out.
Yeah. So I'm if this is true, this is like they really, whoever's behind the scenes at EO1, I'm assuming Buenaventura is still in that producer role. Apparently ILM is doing the animation and effects for this.
Oh, what's the best-selling Transformer stuff? Well, this 3-0 stuff. Oh, they don't even transform. We'll make a show based off that.
Well, it's like how they get the ability. It's like, well, I always like the concept of that was the thing that they could do from the start that made them unique, is their ability to transform. You know, I don't like the whole idea of their civil war being centered around their ability to transform. You know, but on to Sony says AI Druid. I think if AI Druid, it would at least it wouldn't look like it was done in oil-based crayons. Actually, that looks like it was done in Windows Paint.
Abomination out of here.
All right, let's move on to some third-party news, and this is the whole reason that Matt flew to Orlando and got White Girl Wasted. Now, what's funny is you were pretty quick to point out what this actually was on social media, because everybody saw it and was like, oh my God, they're doing a Black Lion Steeljaw. And it's not really that.
Which would have been awesome, to be honest. I think I would have preferred a Black Lion Steeljaw. But no, it's Shattered Glass Steeljaw.
Yeah. Now, if you want it to be a Black Lion Steeljaw, you can have it be that. Like, there's nothing telling you that you can. And I think that when they did it for Shattered Glass, that was their intent. Like, hey, let's make Steeljaw look like the Black Lion from Voltron. I think this is really cool. And, you know, we talk a lot about what makes for a good convention exclusive. This is that.
I think I would have liked that, 2 Ravages, and I don't know what to do for the other 2 lions. But
yeah, they would probably have to do 4 Ravages, to be honest.
Well, the leg lions and the arm lions looked a little different.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, I want that. I do not collect any of these. I don't have any of this stuff. I do want that. I'm not going to pay out the nose for it, but I do want it. Like, I might enter a few drawings or something like that for it.
Yeah.
Because that just scratches an itch.
I think they'll probably end up doing Ravage in the other 4 colors just to get people. I mean, it's also MMC.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is cool. There's also another one. We'll save the last. We'll save the other MMC one for last because it's pretty cool. So Make Toys is, I think, doing the smartest exclusive that they've done.
And you know what? That looks better as Slipstream than it does as Thrust.
100%. And I think what's smart about this is that you can have her with your other Seekers and she's going to work being a different body type, because this is a more slender mold. it looks more feminine. I mean, it doesn't completely look feminine, but I think it's just very smart and well done. So I think this is the TF Source exclusive. The MMC is obviously going to be shared between 3.0 and I'm sorry, not 3.0, ages 3 and up, and Toy Dojo's booths.
Problem is, the thrust mold I heard was having some mold fatigue.
Yeah, so
I'm worried about this having that one, because like what happened with your G2 Starscream, it was already starting to show that. So some of these exclusives don't always have the best QC. That's my only concern, because I would love this. I absolutely would love this. You know.
And I think we showed this already.
We talked about this before.
Yeah, Huntsman. Awesome. Yeah, this thing does look great. I would like one of these, but I feel like they're gonna sell out before I even have a chance to get one. There's the tape mode for the Vivance, the Shattered Glass Steel Jaw. Now there is one more TFCon exclusive, and let me get this pulled up.
You're kidding, aren't you? You're kidding.
No, do I look like some sort of Joker to you? Oh, you legitimately didn't see it?
No, I did see it. I was setting you up for that.
Oh, okay. Let me find this here. Let me get the third party unlimited, because for whatever reason the sites haven't got this up yet. But Sony had a good point. Like when it came to the Batman exclusive, they weren't showing the face. So we're getting the Joker from their Chrome Dome mold, which I think works really well.
Yes. It also reminds me of the Jokerized Batmobile from Arkham City.
Yeah, I see, and it's interesting too. Like you see what they have here on the tires. Like it's censored. But they have like the Joker motif. Now this one I will get. I love MMC. I have the Batman. I agree with Deluxe here. This is a perfect one. They love their Halloween exclusives. They've done the Deadpool before. They did obviously 2 flavors of Batman. They've done the Shattered Glass Tarn, was the first TFCon exclusive I ever picked up.
But there's something about this. There is absolutely something about this.
They could have just done them in green, purple, and orange highlights, but they went the extra mile. There's a lot of love in this repaint, especially given that this accessory. Like, I love that I can't wait to see the face on this.
I have only one thing that I'm not even a criticism, but something I'm surprised they did not do.
What's that?
And that was was it Memo? What was the
oh yeah, the tape accessory, make that Harley. They might have, because if they're censoring this, how could they show the entirety of that, you know?
I'm just saying, like, that would you could even take the exact same mold and not even put and just recolor it and just give it in the red and black motif.
I bet you they do.
And that would win.
Yeah, I bet.
And you can have golden hands.
Yeah.
Just say.
Princess says, I know who they could use as a Joker head sculpt. Who could they use? I think that they're just going to repaint.
It's going to be an original sculpt, because they used an original sculpt for the Batman.
I think if you look here with these points, I think they're going to reuse that Transtech Cheetor, and they're going to have that be the hair, and then they'll paint the smile around it.
I think that makes even more sense. Yeah. But I'm not at the convention. If I hear that tape is Harley, I'll be ticked off, because I do that. I would really want that set.
So Sony says the head. So Sony's got some inside baseball on some of these third party products. He says the head will be original. That makes it even more exciting. So, yeah, I'm excited to see. We should probably know by Saturday what it looks like as people get this in their hands. And we got one more third party hit.
Do some steel jaws he's talking about
the hyenas.
The steel jaws would make great hyenas.
That would be very smart. I could see them doing that too. So,
Yeah.
you know, um, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this was talked about previously, and also with it being like the Batman was pretty easy to get. So if you're not in attendance of the convention, you should stand a chance to get it. This is we've seen the renders for this in the past. This is from Metagate. Metagate's been delivering this year. They came out with their drift and a variety of colors. I don't think that they have the best track record with easy to transform figures. I know that
This
Waspinator.
does not look easy.
This doesn't look easy at all, but the robot mode is it looks nigh on perfect.
I hear her voice.
Yes, the jet mode looks nigh on perfect.
I mean, I'm just scared of transforming it, but everything else
Yeah.
looks absolutely awesome. I mean, I do not see I see some of the jet in the car mode.
Well, that
I
was
do not see any of the car in the jet mode.
Yeah.
And that is amazing.
that was interesting in the movie. I don't know if you remember, but before she took the jet mode, she didn't have the jet kibble. Same thing with Shatter. After Shatter took the copter mode, his kibble changed as well.
Which is a good thing. I like that.
Yeah, it was a cool attention to detail because it gave them two distinct robot modes. But yeah, they've done an awesome job. I'm looking forward to my boy Deluxe getting this and hearing his trials and tribulations with transforming this thing. I'm also curious how the articulation is going to work. I guess it looks like it's all there, like waist. Yeah,
This doesn't need much. Obviously, if it does it have a waist? Yeah, it's got a
it
waist.
looks like it's got a waist. Yeah.
Yeah, in that case, it's got everything. I'm seeing everything I need on there.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian, this is their first Shatter now. Dropkick. I'm guessing he's probably going to be next, and I'm guessing they'll probably use that existing helicopter as their basis. I think that might have been, like what they did for Drift, might have been a kind of a not a pre-tooling but learning. And yeah, I really like Shatter and Dropkick. I thought they were cool original characters. And if you're going to make disposable characters in a movie, like, yeah, I think everybody now is like, okay, I'm fine with cliff jumper dying because they've kind of made that a thing. But if you're going to introduce new characters and have them be disposable, but they
Dropkick was originally supposed to be a triple changer back in the day, and that was the one that they did have a mold for it that turned into. Oh, believe it or not, I think it was a horse and a jet. Way back in the day, and Shatter is basically Crasher.
I think there wasn't Dropkick just a character that was like more or less like a troop character that just ended up getting a name.
No, it was never.
No.
Like there was a G1. Like I said, it was supposed to have been.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was like a drone.
Yeah. I do also wish Blitzwing got a bigger role in that movie. He was badass, and yeah, he got disposed of too quickly. So let's move on. Let's get out of Transformers news, and we're going to do a pulse check. And we were talking about this before the show as well, and this is curious. HasLab Giant Man, 4 days, 2 hours, 14 minutes left to go. Is currently sitting at 64.92 backers, targeting 10,000. I don't think this is going to make it. And
492, so it needs 3,508 backers times 200. So all we need to do is somebody just to get it done. Someone needs to shell out $700,000, $1,600. That's all they need.
I don't see this one making it. I mean, it looks cool. I think that there is a market for it, but apparently not. I mean, I'm wondering if they're gonna change their strategy with some of the stuff, like remove stretch goals. Because if they just said, "Hey, we're doing Giant Man. There are no stretch goals. You just have to hit 10,000. He's 150." I think they would have done it.
They sort of did that with this. I think we were talking about earlier in the chat today because Marvel Legends they put out another render of a 1960s Wasp figure.
Yes. Well, we're gonna pull that up too.
Right, but what I'm saying, what they should have done, I feel, during the Toy Fair, the New York City for the New York City shows, was actually show all this stuff and say, hey, listen, we were going to do these as stretch goals. Instead, we took them out. So now everyone can buy them. You're guaranteed to get these figures no matter what to go with your Giant Man display.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I think that might have incurred a little more FOMO, if you know what I'm saying.
I agree.
So I'm saying, I think that was a marketing fail. They really should have pushed the whole setup and given us, hey, we're going to give you a full nostalgia display. And we're breaking down the prices so you can still cherry pick, but you're still going to want that Giant Man as your center. That's just me.
No, I agree. I think 14,000 backers, is all they need to unlock all the tiers. They didn't set the tier list too high.
No, not. But it's still a 2 foot tall figure of a man in spandex.
Yes. Well,
it's a shame too.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like centerpieces go, I think for the people that want the classic Avengers team, this would have been a good centerpiece. But it just kind of reiterates maybe the interest isn't all there. My
saying is this: I think people just are burned out on giant figures.
I think so too, and space is the problem. I mean.
Well, we were talking about this last week. Like Sentinel, Galactus, where the hell are you going to put this thing?
Right. Now I'm curious. Do you think had they done Fin Fang Foom, the demand would have been there? Because that is a very sought after, and that was an early Build-A-Figure for Hasbro.
Yes and no. I mean, right now, if you wanted a Fin Fang Foom, buy yourself a freaking Liu Kang from Storm Collectibles and put some.
Right, you can basically get what you need from that. But,
and I keep saying if Diamond Select made a Fin Fang Foom, that'd kill the market right there.
Yeah, they should.
Oh, there's some things Diamond Select should be doing. I can't believe they haven't yet. Yeah. I still can't believe they haven't done a Sentinel figure.
Yeah,
people would be army building the fuck out of that.
Especially if they did a Capcom styled Sentinel.
Oh yeah, I mean, even then, like I said, the Apocalypse figure I love.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I don't know if we have it on there. But the Annihilus coming out looks absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
You see, HasLab and Marvel Legends, it's a tricky thing to do.
Yeah.
Because they want to do these dream things, and I think honestly, with this between the Sentinel and Galactus, in some ways, I think they've already kind of burned out what that would be.
Yeah. And Princeton kind of nailed what you said. He said, "I'm pretty much done with crowd funds, running out of space, and I don't want to spend that large amount of money." Now, granted, this one isn't the biggest amount because this is what a Titan class Transformer is.
I spent more on the Hiss tank, and I spent more on the Dragonfly.
Yeah. And about the size of a Titan class figure, depending on what the Titan class figure is. So it also reiterates the ask, like, did this need to be a HasLab?
I'm going to say this. It either needed to be a HasLab. No, it did need to be a HasLab for one reason, and that is distribution sucks on everything else.
Yeah.
If not a HasLab, then it should have been a BBTS a fan channel exclusive.
Well, yeah, dude, BBTS, Entertainment Earth, Amazon. But then again, they run the risk because, as Lowell said, his perception is Giant Man is a boring character, and is of the old school Avengers. I don't, everybody is so fixated on Captain America, Thor, Hulk. That those are like the core tenets. Even though Hank Pym was a big part and he's pivotal to those stories, people just I don't think look back fondly on this design of Giant Man. I think more people would rather just have an Ant-Man with their team. And again, space is an issue.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I think in some ways they should just keep HasLab for pure artisan things, and this is not it.
Yeah. Now the Titan says a 2-foot watcher probably would have funded. I think they could get away with doing like a vinyl figure for that.
Again, Marvel Select already has one out.
Well, there you go.
It does the job perfectly. It's oversized. It's got a head the size of his head.
Well, there you go.
And it costs $25.
Yeah, even better. All right, well, let's keep it moving because I see T in there saying next. We're gonna swap out. We're still gonna talk about HasLab stuff, but this one will be a quick hit because if you if you funded or backed the Hiss tank, according to Jedi Jaybird, the Hiss tank is arriving in U.S. ports and stacking up over the next few weeks. So they state here that Hasbro's 10/27 event. I didn't know there was going to be an event next Friday, but apparently there's going to be an event next Friday, and they're going to give out shipping information. So anybody that backed this, expect to have it soon. And of course, we've already seen all these photos. I'm looking forward to seeing people's reviews because this is an exciting release. And we've said it numerous times, and not to beat a dead horse on it, but this is how you do a HasLab. So Sony says new pics of that MMC Joker just came out. So let me see if he's posted those.
It's in our chat right now. Give me a second here. I'm already on it. Share screen. Give me a second here. This just in. He's got a crowbar, folks.
Oh my god! So you're getting not just the pistol, but another brand new accessory. But no face. No face
you can
yet.
Sort of make out that face on the tire, but
yeah.
I could see a little bit of green there, and I could see some white chin there. So
I wonder if they'll do a Robin.
Also would have been a good use for the tape. So
yeah, especially work them over with the crowbar. Because why not? All right, well let's move along. We're gonna do. Let's see, what should we talk about next? We'll move from one GI Joe topic to another. We'll talk about this.
Nice haircut.
There you go.
What's that?
T got a haircut.
Oh, I didn't even. Let me go back to the stream. Did you miss us?
Wrap it up. So
we don't have much to talk about.
I'm joking.
Did you want to go over how you are and if you got anything cool?
No, I'm good. Yeah, I got this Abyss, and he's cool.
I saw you picked that one up in your toy hunt.
And I got from G Tony the Crimson Viper.
I have the best review for the Crimson Viper on my shorts, just so you know.
If you've seen it, it's now red.
That's what did you see my review?
Yes.
Okay.
But
T, what do you think?
Wherever there's trouble.
Yeah, so Mezco Duke here, with it being a Mezco, they're saying the ship date is Q2 of 2024. I have massive skepticism with that, but
where's Roadblock?
Exactly. This is a 1/12 scale figure for those that aren't familiar with Mezco, but he's slated to come with 3 heads, 13 hands, multiple gear options, tons of weaponry, accessories. Retail is $112 USD. And you can get them through Entertainment Earth, BBTS, Toy Geek, Chosen Prime, Amazon, and all those. But let's get into some pictures of this guy.
His buzz cut is now canon.
I don't know about that face sculpt. He really looks like he's seen some shit.
Well, he probably has.
TF also saying remote control to fight a barbarian.
You know what this face sculpt looks like to me? It looks like a younger version of Chip Hazard from Small Soldiers.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
What I like about these and what Hasbro can't do because they're cheap is they have fabric clothing like the original G.I. Joe. So it really brings home the feeling of G.I. Joe. Does he have a scar on his face? I didn't see that.
It looks like he's got a slight one over his eye, but a lot of it's like
He's
wrinkles.
got a cleft chin.
Yeah. The
'Cause he's a
smiling
hero.
face looks more like Duke.
He should totally have a thumbs up. Or a point.
Yeah.
Or he does have a pointing finger. Good. He does have a pointing finger.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Kung
At
Fu
first glance, it looks like he's holding a pinky out, doesn't it? It's like, was he having tea time or something?
Which one is the Kung Fu grip?
It looks like these two right here. You know,
I
you
like
get
the
helmet.
I like the grenade launcher effect.
Is that what that
Yeah.
is? I thought it was dirt for him to. Oh, that.
Yeah.
And he has dirt for the shovel, it looks like.
Yeah, like a digging effect. That's cool. I do wish he had another haircut. Like, to me, like the smiling face does it the best, even though he has the same haircut across all three. I just wish they'd given him like an interchangeable hairpiece.
This isn't Reveltech.
I know it's not Reveltech, but I'm just saying.
Costing the same now. Jesus.
Yeah, and then this face here, this super serious face. You know,
I like that pose with him flying down from the sky.
let's get back to that one real quick. Yeah, that's a good pose.
I think the best thing about all these though is I could have my Mezco Punisher hanging out with them.
Larkin says, "I want to see him beat up Ken in front of Barbie's. If he beat up Ken in front of Barbie, then assault Barbie's dream house."
Remember, folks,
Yeah.
Ken is Barbie's accessory, but Barbie comes with G.I. Joe.
You know,
They need to do
Princeton says-
1/12 Barbie.
yeah. Princeton says Duke will be Ken and Barbie too. Hey, Mike came back.
Well, yeah, if he's here, I'm here.
All right. Well, now we know where we
Let
stand.
me have the spotlight.
Do you have any thoughts on this one, Mike? Before we move on.
It's a very kind of polarizing, at least for me. The clothing and stuff, the soft goods look great, but it looks kind of bland compared to like the detail that Roblox has that we'll see someday. And Destro was just a really great start. So I haven't pre-ordered this yet. I don't know if I'm going to. We'll see.
That's because they didn't show enough scarf. They only have that one pose with the scarf around his neck.
I guess, are they teasing Cobra Troopers here?
I
Or
hope
Viper?
not. This is okay. Mezco G.I. Joe is like, gee, I want to get into G.I. Joe, but I'm not spending enough money when I buy classified.
Right.
Yeah, my George Plastic Addict was like, all I need is the carded Duke, which does look perfect.
I would like the carded Duke very much.
I'm gonna get both.
Okay, cool. Next.
All right.
Well,
Next.
you did a roadblock as well, right?
Yeah, I pre-ordered Roadblock.
All right. Did you guys talk about Robin yet?
Robin?
The Mezco Robin that's
Fredo.
starting to come out?
No.
Okay.
I think he's still available.
He's still available for pre-order. I'm just waiting for TCP to say that they have it.
I think we may have talked about him months ago.
Okay.
That's when he came out.
Yeah.
Elf on the Shelf Wasp.
Yeah. So this is the Marvel Legends Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Janet Van Dyne. All we have is this one image, but yeah.
This is such a mistake. They should have released this the same time they started with the HasLab. This would have kept the energy up for this guy, and you wouldn't be 4 days out and questioning whether it's going to back or not.
That's
I said that
exactly
better
what,
myself.
yeah. I was gonna say that's exactly what Dave said.
Oh,
But yeah, I think you're right, Mike. I think you're right, Dave. This is like too little, too late.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm. 'Cause you could
they
have made this. You could have made this a 2-pack with a 6-inch giant man that looks identical to the HasLab, and
Ant-Man.
it would have been
Yeah.
perfect.
And a growing effect.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So you could have him standing in front, and then also as a stretch goal, have a clear clip-on stand that clips to his arm, his bicep, so she can be flying next to him if you
Yeah.
so wanted. But yeah,
Princeton,
And
no, I'm
I'm-
not getting the mothership.
next up,
Oh, the mothership's another failure.
You know what I'm just realizing?
What's that?
Giant man.
Giant. Yeah,
Yes. Oh, by the way, T-Man,
hmm
with He-Man, Evelyn is like the name Evelyn.
Yes.
While you're noticing things that have been in front of your face the whole time. And the entire show was not only a giant commercial, had the biggest subliminal message over any kid show ever. He literally was telling you to buy the powers of Grayskull.
yeah.
Every time he held his sword, he telling children, buy the power of the Grayskull.
Gotta catch them all.
So McFarlane has some store exclusives. I don't know. I don't know where exactly these should be. These are, per the article, these are going to be on the McFarlane store. So I guess they are the McFarlane store exclusives, not McFarlane store exclusives.
Those black and whites are selling. Seem to be those comic book style ones seem
Yeah.
to sell pretty well.
Yeah. So it looks like there is a Batman and Spawn 2-pack coming, which I think if you're going to do a McFarlane Batman, do one in his style, sure. But I'm how many times has he used this Spawn?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the Mortal Kombat Spawn as well, if I'm not mistaken.
It is. That's the That's the first time that Spawn has ever been under the Spawn label.
And this is all based off the mini series that they did back when Spawn first came out, right? It was the first time that he and Batman.
It was
met.
They did 2 one-shots. One was done by DC Comics, which was horribly written, and one that was done by Image, which was also horribly written, but had much better art.
Yeah.
This is based on them wanting to sell these molds again.
Pretty much.
But yeah, you get like this little display piece that can hold the art. The face sculpt on that Batman is interesting, but I think that the cape and all. Yeah.
Constipation Batman.
Where's my Metamucil? I do like the color.
The funny thing is,
What's that?
Mike ended up giving me his Michael Keaton Batman from McFarlane. That had a soft goods cape, and that is probably my favorite Batman of all figures, strictly because of that cape. If he went soft goods on his capes, these figures would be so much better, and you could do they would look so much better when you posed them.
When I was a kid, I had a Spawn figure that did have a semi soft goods cape. Like it actually had, it was like the cape he had like a spring-loaded lever on the back, and the cape would.
I'm just saying, just in general, these figures right here, these current ones.
Oh, I agree.
Because he's done it, and it was such an improvement. Like it looked like the figure that T is holding right now. If that cape was cloth, it would look amazing in all the various poses you could have him in.
Yeah, but you might still have to modify it by putting a wire with it.
Yeah.
But it will be $40 by itself.
Yeah. And it's part of the autograph series, limited to 1,500, that's a lot.
Yeah.
This Black Manta in the black and white looks really good, though.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
Yeah, I like the page puncher.
When I go to Target and I see those Jokerized versions, I see the appeal. I'm not buying it because I would want every single one of them, but it's like I totally see the appeal of a collection of that. So some of these artist-proof stuff, I get what he's doing here, and they seem to be pulling off very well.
The Jokerized Dark Knight, the movie stuff, that actually works pretty well. Is that what you're talking about?
All of it.
No. All of it? Yeah.
Target specifically has the Jokerized line, and it's various Bat figures that are done Jokered. Like they did Dark Knight Returns. They have a Jokerized Robin.
Two-Face.
Yeah.
And then the Build-A-Figure Bane.
Yeah, when I saw those figures, it made my eye go to this figure and skip over them.
I'm just saying I see the appeal. And then that was the first Build-A-Figure he did, the Marauder.
Yeah.
Which I have
That card holder thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth $30 just because it has a card holder.
Is that what that one is that you have in your hand? Is that $30?
Yeah, it's because it comes with this. The Build-A-Figure one to $25, but this card holder that they're going to use over and over again makes it $30.
I wish he would just give up on doing these little stands for big figures. It just doesn't make sense.
It helps. It works. You'd be surprised.
I wonder, does he have extra articulation? They always pose the stuff so dry.
I mean, I've got the figure. It's got decent articulation for a figure of its size. Yeah.
I will say this Cygor looks pretty good in gold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I totally regret buying the first one.
He is a statue.
He could have been way more. But yeah, that's the McFarlane store exclusives. We got a couple more quick hits. Let's look at this one now that we have takes. I'm curious what you think about this. This is the I don't know that you're gonna hate this, but this is this SH Figuarts Vegeta, 24,000 power level. I think this is based on him in the early seasons, like the Namekian saga.
I can hear him yelling Kakarot. Kakarot.
I can't tell. Does he have a tail?
It's definitely from the Namekian saga because the tail's gone.
He's supposed to have a tail?
He had a tail on Earth, but they cut it off.
Go back again. Keep going. Going. That one. His face.
This one or this one?
No, the other one while you're on his knees.
Oh. I don't like how they did those hips. Like I know why they did them, but that maybe that's something that'll look better in person. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's just how he has been for a minute. Almost like Transformer hips. But that face is definitely more retro than they've been doing.
Yeah. The face sculpts, I think, are the things that are most successful on this. It looks like probably that left ear comes off to the scouter peg on to all the heads.
Does he have a hand where he's crushing the scouter?
I don't believe he does. That would be cool.
They already made one that does that.
Yeah. But technically, if he was crushing the scouter, that would be the Vegeta with the tail, because he crushed the scouter on Earth.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going. Let's talk about a new NECA release for Turtles. This one I think is probably going to be a pass for everybody, but this is a Target exclusive. Space Usagi Yojimbo. I guess if this happened in the cartoon, it was a later episode because I don't remember it.
I think it's Mirage Comics.
Only.
It's cool if you're a fan. You're cool. If not, no problem.
I'm
like
good.
Bucky.
It does look like Bucky O'Hare. He just needs to be green. But if you like this sort of thing, and he's also on the cheaper scale from NECA, he's $32.99. I think he's part of their fall geek out. So we got two more quick hits. Just want to circle back. I kind of wanted to segue in this when we were talking about the HasLabs. But the Meta Travelers Legendary Action Figures Kickstarter has ended with 673 backers pledging $190,292 to bring the project to life. That's a pretty good success, considering they exceeded their goal.
Did they get all the tiers?
Well,
Yes.
they did unlock all the tiers. Yep.
Matt got his figure.
Yep. So if you were excited about this,
I backed it. I got 6 coming in. I'll be having 6 coming in.
Yep. And they will be at Legion's Con in 3 weeks, so I'll get a chance to get some of those Paint Master prints for pictures.
you should record a little interview when you go there.
I'll already talked to the guys and kind of have it worked out. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, hope we'll have a
We
follow
already
up.
recorded an interview with them.
No, I mean like in person, like for Junkie on Crafts and Builds channel.
You're right.
Sorry, old people noises.
Well, if you're doing some old people noises, do something for this, because this is the crossover. This is a very polarizing crossover, and I have thoughts on it. There are a lot of people that think this is the stupidest thing ever.
It is stupid, but it's like beautifully done stupid.
Yeah. So
Wait, what is it?
So this is the Turtles of Grayskull. This is an official crossover for Masters of the Universe and Ninja Turtles. So this is coming next year. Don't know if these are going to be exclusive or they're going to be a wide release. If they're going to be, limited to like Mattel's website or what. But I could see these showing up in stores because for Masters of the Universe, they've done tons of crossovers. They did WWE was a big one. I want to say,
Yeah, but that was using those WWE bucks too. It was kind of
No, they use Masters of the
Sorry.
Universe.
yeah,
old-
they use, yeah,
the old He-Man bucks. Yeah.
yeah. What was the other Masters of the Universe crossover they did?
I don't think they did another one. But
There was a
crossover.
horror one, but it wasn't officially by Mattel. Where they did like Pinhead and Leatherface using those.
Oh,
those,
yeah.
Yeah. Now Turtles has had a long storied history of doing crossovers. Like people forget that they did the Universal Monsters back in the day. They did the Ghostbusters. They did
Star Trek.
Star Trek was another one. You're right. They did Power Rangers back in the late 90s.
Late 90s. 2
Yeah,
years ago.
No. They did Power Rangers in Space meets the
I
Ninja
know.
Turtles.
I know. I'm just
Okay. So the Ninja Turtles have a storied history of these crossovers. So for people to be like, oh, why are they
They're
doing this?
totally bored out.
Yeah, they are. And you have how many companies doing Turtles products right now? It's like,
You know what? I'm shocked this didn't happen earlier because they were already part of.
let's talk about the
Megatron.
characters. Let's look
Yeah,
at these
like-
characters.
yeah, let's get into these pictures because, there we go. It looks like Leonardo just kind of gets like a basic like, hey, he's got the power sword. This is Leonardo and kind of a He-Man motif.
Mhm.
Okay, works, but it's on the more boring side. Also, I am curious because it looks like these are going to be very basic figures. Looks like they have elbows, but I'm not seeing any knees on them.
They're using the I keep forgetting what that line is called, but those smaller
Origins?
new He-Mans Origins.
Yeah.
Where
But
they
those
have
I
the
thought
new
had knees.
articulation,
Okay,
but they have the shells on the back.
yeah, because he still has a waist from what I can tell here. So this is Donatello in a Man-at-Arms motif, which again makes sense.
Arms.
Yeah. Then you get a mutagen infused He-Man, which to me
Or
looks
Faker.
more, yeah, it looks more like Faker, but apparently it's supposed to be He-Man still, according to their write up. You get a kind of standard man at arms. Would have been an opportunity to do, Shredder or
Notice he's got a turtle shield though for a turtle shell shield.
And he's got one on his shoulder too, like a pauldron right there. This one is the most interesting. This is Krang. I think it would have been. What's that?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what the character who he's supposed to be.
I mean, it looks like his android body, but kind of orcish. I think it would have been a better opportunity to do Roboto or yeah. And
it looks like Beastman mixed with one of the other characters, like Triclops or something.
Yeah, at first I thought it was like Whiplash or something.
Yeah.
Oh, the Titan also says the tip of Man-at-Arms mace is also a turtle shell. I missed that. Yeah, I see that there.
That's cool.
This one's cool.
This is my favorite.
Yeah, Trapjaw is like a Mauser hybrid, and I even like the fact that like his helmet is now a Mauser's head.
That's pretty neat.
I think you should be able to take those legs off his hips and plug it into there and actually have a Mauser.
You probably can.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I'm saying of all of them, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
But
I wanted to see what Shredder looks like.
Well, so far they're just showing off the 6 of these. I'm willing to bet. I bet you're right. I bet we'll get like a Shredder with a skull mask or a skull face. Or we'll just get like a mutagen infused Shredder. They'll be lazy about it, but or mutagen infused Skeletor also being lazy about it, which would probably just look like Scare Glow. But
I'm more curious about Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah,
you'll like this, Dave.
Yeah,
Transformers.
For instance, saying if they do a Master Universe I mean, give it time. I mean, Hasbro and Mattel have collaborated with the Jurassic Park stuff.
Yep.
No, they're making Transformers Hot Wheels.
Yeah, that's right.
Barbie Monopoly.
Yeah. I think there's a Masters of the Universe Monopoly. Now, I think that the Trapjaw's neat. I love Ninja Turtles, but I'm staying in my lane. These are I think I don't hate these like some people do. But they're definitely not for me.
Yeah,
I'm not buying them, but they are awesome for the people that like it. I was kind of disappointed in my collection. I wanted to hear what Pixel Dan had to say about this, but then he wasn't excited because he said something leaked like a year ago, so he pretty much already knew.
Yeah,
because these are both of his favorite franchises.
I think he'd probably still get them. I mean, I think it's kind of silly to say. Like, I read a leak and it killed my excitement. I think it's different when you actually see these. I think these are executed just fine, and I think it's smart because, like, yeah, they do whore out the Ninja Turtles line, but I mean, it's smart in the sense that, like, if you're a Batman collector, they did Batman versus Ninja Turtles, and then suddenly Batman fans have Ninja Turtles in their collections. Power Rangers collectors and fans have Turtles in their collection, so on and so forth. I mean, think about Universal Monsters fans, like the people collecting the NECA Turtles. I said no to those. I said I have to stay in my lane, but I saw the appeal of them, and when I pass them, I'm like, sometimes I wish I had them, but there's just no space for them in my collection.
You can put them out for Halloween.
I already have like a couple Star Wars things to put out for Halloween. I have the Halloween Clone Trooper and the Wookiee that was just on clearance on Amazon. So I got that for I think like $11. So I have a little couple Star Wars things to put out.
I like Dawn at Arms.
Yeah, I think he and Trapjaw are probably the two coolest.
I could get him by himself.
Yeah, and the Leo looks good, but he actually kind of more or less looks like a late season original cartoon concept.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's
Next.
definitely, he looks like
Well-
one of the original toys.
Well, that's it for all I've got for news. So unless I missed any beats or anything that you guys wanted me to bring up, that's it for our news today.
Cool things are happening this weekend.
Yes.
Are you gonna
So
be
we
there?
were talking about that prior to the show. We're thinking about on Tuesday doing a TF Con kind of wrap up show.
Oh. Well, I'm at more locally than
What's happening locally?
Is that this weekend, Mike?
What? Oh, the Toy Expo? No, that's the 4th.
Oh.
So 4th of November, we'll have an expo up in Timonium, and what's cool is that there's actually 2 large independent companies that will be at what is essentially a vintage yard sale expo, but Valaverse will be there.
Oh wow!
Selling some of their 3.1 figures, and also Savage Crucible will be there. Now, again, they've had a little bit of delay at the factory with their first wave that was supposed to be out like this month, but now it's going to be January. But they normally have a really good display, and it'll be nice for me to see a lot of their wave 1, the lizard people, and all the other stuff. So, kind of excited to see that.
Very cool. All right. Well, I guess before we wrap up, does anybody have any reviews or any content you guys wanted to promote?
Matt Damon.
Playing catch up, as always.
I was filming the beginnings of this before I just decided to jump on. So I'll probably have a review for this tomorrow. Unless I just keep posing it and get tired and go to sleep.
Are you getting this guy?
I will get him eventually.
He's very much well worth it. All right.
cool.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll wrap it up here. So thanks to everybody who tuned in tonight to watch us live. If you're watching us on the replay, make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what you thought of the show. Make sure you slam that like button. Make sure you're subscribed and ring that notification bell because, like I said, we are going to review the third-party panel from TFCon. And, of course, want to hear everything that that Sony and Matt experienced at the convention. So really looking forward to their perspective on it. And
Feeling Matt's
seeing
going to
those
experience the
exclusives.
hangover.
More than likely, but hey, it's a well-deserved hangover. And so that'll do it for tonight's show. Oh, and by the way, check our link in the description below. We got our Teespring store. We got some of the best priced podcasting merch out there. Dave's repping one of our shirts. So try and pick up a shirt if you can, if you'd like to. It's a great way to support our show. It's we have some of the best priced podcasting merch out there. You're going to look good and you're going to help out our channel. So please consider supporting us that way. And Mariano, yes, Mario Wonder is out tomorrow, and that is going to be occupying my evening. So
I thought him out today because I saw.
That's what I was like. I was like, where are you getting your Mario at? Because you have Mario Wonder and Spider-Man 2 tomorrow. So yeah, my wife has a friend coming in from out of town. So while they're hanging out, I'm digging into Mario or Spider-Man or both. So
It's going to be tough for me now. I want the physical copy, but it's going to be tough not to download it so I can play it tomorrow.
We can finally have that threesome of Mario and Spider-Man this weekend.
All right, y'all.
And on that note, good night, everybody.
We'll see you all next week. Well, actually, next week we'll probably have a special show on Tuesday. Ring that bell to find out when. But we'll also have the regular show next Thursday, 9:00 Eastern on the Figure Action channel. We'll see you then. Have a great weekend.
Bye. Bye. Love you.